Prior to completing this project, I defined children's literature as literature that is made for children from birth to 13 years old. I said that the purpose of children's literature is to educate children on academics, emotions, feelings, and concepts. The way children will become educated on academics is through high frequency words, vocabulary, fluency, and phonemic awareness while they are reading. Children will also be educated about their emotions and feelings because they will read about characters that they can relate to, which will in turn help them better understand what they are feeling. Lastly, the children will learn about concepts such as colors, animals, or numbers by reading books about those topics. Overall, I said that the purpose of children's literature is to have children be able to learn some type of skill while relating to and having an interest in the material that they are reading. The public site that I have chosen that displays children's literature in the real world is the Disney Store at my local mall. The reason I chose the Disney Store is because I feel that it encapsulates everything that children's literature is. While I was determining a site to pick for this project, I thought about how the Disney Store has a lot of the elements we have been discussing in this class. A few examples of this is that the store is based off of characters that were written and are in books that many children read. In addition, the main age group for the store is ages 0 to 13 years old, which is similar to the ages that children's literature targets. One of the first skills of children's literature that I had noticed while walking into the Disney Store was background knowledge. The reason for this is because children have to have some type of knowledge of the characters and costumes that go in Disney in order to understand the purpose of the store and what type of store they are walking into. Most of the time when children enter the Disney Store, it is because they had asked to go in, which means that they understand and have a concept of what they are looking at and want to see. While walking through the store, I noticed other skills such as phonemic awareness, phonics, and high frequency words. I noticed that nearly everything in the store had words on it, whether it be pillows, clothes, mugs, or bags. Next, I had saw a bag that had said the word prize on it. I felt that if a children were to see this bag and want it, their parents would attempt to read to them the word prize. I think it was very interesting that even though it was a bag and a toy, there was still a word written on it. The last thing I saw that was interesting that reminded me of children's literature was a child's jacket that had Mickey's face on it, but it also had the name Mickey written along with the word California. I thought this was interesting because if children choose to buy it, the parents can explain to the child that that is Mickey's face, but underneath that is Mickey's name. While walking in the Disney Store, I also noticed the genre of poetry books of children's literature extremely present. This was because when I walked into the store, I automatically heard songs playing. In addition to that, there is a setup in the store under a small canopy in which there are two digital screens pictured here that show children songs, books, and poems that they could have read aloud to them. Next to the digital touchscreens, there is a large screen that displays the words to what the children are listening to. I found this very fascinating because while the children are in a space where they can have fun, they also are learning and they don't even realize it. Another thing that I saw in the Disney Store that reminded me of children's literature was this nightgown that read, "So many books, so little time," with Princess Belle on it. I found this relatable because if children see this image, they will see a Disney princess holding books, and they can relate to Princess Belle by thinking, I read books also. This may incline the children to ask their mom or dad, can we read books? I would like to be like Princess Belle. Similar to children's literature, the Disney Store sparks enjoyment out of children due to the amount of toys that are scattered across the store. What I found interesting was that the toys are not only displayed, but also the names of each toy. This means that the children are able to associate the words and letters that are written under their favorite character with their character. This can lead to the children recognizing the name of Woody or Buzz Lightyear or even Jessie. I noticed how pictures can be used to tell a story in the Disney Store, similar to how picture books are used in children's literature. On the walls of the Disney Store, there are pictures painted around of houses like this one pictured above, horses, people, leaves, and trees. I like that this is present in the Disney Store because it allows children to look at the walls and think of their own stories that they can make up while they're walking around and shopping. The Disney Store also encapsulates the genre of fantasy and children's literature. This is because as soon as you walk in the store, there is a giant play castle that children can enter. In this castle, the children can pretend to be whatever princess or Disney character that they choose. Also, throughout the store, there are stuffed animals, dresses, and toys that the children can touch, which will allow them to fantasize about anything they want to be. They After completing this project, I would like to modify my original definition of children's literature. I still agree that the main purpose is to educate children, whether it be on academic skills, emotions, feelings, or concepts. However, I would like to add that I think one of the main purposes of children's literature is to provide enjoyment or spark some positive feeling within the child. I also think that the literature is meant to motivate children to be their best